Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So tensions are building across everything, and we see it in the stock market. There's a tension there. This thing wants to go down, wants to explode downwards, but it just keeps defying uh, gravity and keeps going up. We've seen some pullback in crypto. Silver is maintaining the $39 level, which is an excellent sign, which means that if we do have some kind of crazy event happen, we'll probably see silver and gold go much higher, right? So I think there's a possibility we'll see $40 silver tomorrow. We'll see. It's building. It's been building tension. We may even see a test of $41 tomorrow. Who knows? But we'll see. It's already tested just below $40. I think it was a day, and we'll probably see. If not this week, then next week we're probably going to see $41 silver. All right, and gold will probably trail behind it a little bit. It's slowly starting to regain traction, build a good solid base again, and it'll probably go up, which means silver is going to go up. Silver will begin to really outpace gold in the next coming months, and we're going to see $50+ silver probably within the next few months, I believe. So unless there's something that is very unusual, and if there is something very unusual, tension-wise, I think the tension unleashes in the upward trajectory with silver and gold, right? Especially silver, like I said. The other platforms remains to be seen. Whether I doubt very highly that the stock market will go up if we have some kind of catastrophic event. Now, from my read, I don't see it happening in July. Doesn't mean it won't. For the last several days of July, we still have another week or so. But the tension's there. I've been feeling it. I think in early August, but like I said, it could happen anywhere. Now, other tensions that could unleash, of course, are an Obama arrest, John Brennan arrest, all those people being arrested. Now, of course, they're pushing back on a massive monumental scale from the Black Hat side to push back on, the White Hats basically coming in to, inform the public. They're trying to keep the public disinformed. That's been an ongoing process, of course. And it seems to have not gotten any good traction in the past. We see the Jeffrey Epstein silliness that's going on, trying to pin Trump with that. That's just more disinformation. And we're seeing it from all of the deep state actors that stand to go to jail and stand trial for treason, and they go bye-bye, right? So let's look at, before we go into this, because I think it all relates, actually, because we've seen this through Cliff High's work. So Cliff High has talked about how human consciousness predicts the future. And if you're in the social media space, you can start to see it, right? It's almost like those movies that pre-predict, things are going to happen in the future. We saw a lot of things from early days about the Twin Towers collapsing, right? There were a lot of movies that had that stuff in it. They snuck it in here and there, talk about it, all kind of stuff. They had planned that when I think they were planning the Twin Towers were going to collapse when they started building them. All right, so that's how diabolical these evil blackouts are, guys. So let's look at this one gentleman that I follow. He's on I often post him on my X account. I'll bring up his information right here, and we'll just kind of discuss it. So it's kind of like the Cliff High, human consciousness kind of predicts future events, and that's kind of what I believe I tap in as a remote viewer and an intuitive. You tap into the overall mind of consciousness, and you see things that are going to happen in the future. So remote viewing, you can become a remote viewer for very cheap in my remote viewing courses. A lot of you have been getting back into those. I'm very happy to see that, because I think more than ever, It's going to be very relevant for you guys. Anyone can learn remote viewing. It's a God-given talent, and if you want to unlock it, I think one of the best courses out there for the best price. These courses usually go for thousands of dollars. So, Canadian earthquake researcher. Important news. I'm now 95%. Now he has been extremely accurate. He has done some really good work. So he's kind of doing the same type of stuff. He's feeling the consciousness, but he's also very astute in geology. I don't think he was actually trained in geology. Maybe he was, but I think sometimes those that pursue a career, they just have really good talent and develop that talent without being without the imposition of a college education, right? To slow you down and put you in the wrong directions. I think you become very, very adept. And I've seen a lot of people in this space, this social media space, that are very astute in a lot of different things, and they don't have degrees in those areas. So if you look at Frank Lloyd Wright, who's arguably one of the most impressive architects in history throughout time, he never went to architect school, never got a degree. So that's just one example, but there's many, of course. Of course, we can use stupid examples like Bill Gates never finished college, and his his garage, he came up with Microsoft, or maybe that was Apple. I don't know, one of those. So yeah, he doesn't even know anything about computers. So that's a different side of things. We know there's a manipulated side of things where people like Elon Musk and a lot of other people are given these abilities that they don't possess. They admit they don't possess them when approached for answers to certain things. They can't answer them. So this is the thing that we see with the deep state, but with a creative, beautiful aspect of human consciousness, which far exceeds these people of the deep state. And they constantly try to steal that information from us or suppress it, or call it conspiracy theories, call it disinformation because it's not based in science, that kind of ridiculousness. Those of us that have developed ourselves, we are many, have far surpassed a lot of consciousness from the past, I believe, at this point. So he goes on to talk about how he talks about the megaquake. He thinks it's just days away. So when he says something, I'm listening, I'm watching. Now, like I said, I'm not feeling it. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Maybe it's just something that's going to sneak in there, because he even says that this may sneak in. Megaquake. So where to say, even if these don't all go exactly as expected, but most likely do, the megaquake is unlikely to happen by surprise. So he believes we're going to get the warnings. So aside from a foreshock, now normally an 8.7 or 9.0 is a megaquake, but he's talking about a 10.3. That is a very megaquake, and that will cause tsunamis, or if it's by water or whatever, or if it's the San Andreas Fault, something like that. We'll see buildings topple like dominoes. All right. So anyway, markets. This is interesting because this is the Cliff High stuff. Markets are likely to react. All right. So foreshocks. So he calls a megaquake of 8.7, 9.0 as a foreshock. That is ominous, right? So if we see something in this category, and then we see liquidity, like the stock market start collapsing with no apparent cause. So that's the second thing he's looking for. And if we see the 10-year, now you guys remember I've been saying, watch the 10-year. Watch it close. The 10-year is going up. The Japanese 10-year is going up, and it's reached the same levels that it did the last time we had a stock market crash. Now, if you were to look at the Japanese stock market today, it was up pretty significantly. So is this the calm before the storm, or the last push before the drop, right? That's what I'm feeling, right? So whether it's another week into August, another 2 weeks, or whether it's this week, whatever, we're just calmly watching with our intuition on, connection to source, staying in love vibration, and we will get, sometimes it happens at just the right timing for us, which is sometimes just the last minute. All right. And then you look back on these things and you go, if it had happened any other way, I wouldn't be here. And I can tell you so many times when I was in combat where that happened for me. So you learn to listen, and you talk to anyone that's been in combat before, that has survived combat, that you can talk to, that's been in combat. They'll tell you they have those feelings, and that helped them survive. So he says all three happening isn't a certainty, but signs are lining up that they are likely all to happen more or less this way. So again, 4 shocks, 8.7, 9.0, liquidity for markets drains for no apparent cause. 10-year, I would say if the 10-year skyrockets, that's going to cause that drain from the stock market. But it could happen in reverse because of that. Humans just know. Humans can be intuitive. Humans with a gut feeling. So, the gut is a second brain. So a lot of people said, I just felt it in my gut. And that's good, because that's a level of intuition, right? That's more animal based, but it's still intuition regardless. All right. So the second brain, the gut. So you have that gut feeling, you have the tightness in the gut, and it's like something ain't right. A lot of people that have been in combat will tell you that as well. So, and as you move up in the consciousness level, you start to feel it in the heart, and you get visions or so forth from the brain, and the heart math. Heart math is a great one to check out, but the heart-brain connection is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful connection you can have, right? So if you have one of those, you're probably going to do well going forward, right? You probably already done well going forward. So I'm talking to the choir here, but those of you that have not tapped into this yet, this is your opportunity, maybe your last chance before things get really cray-cray. But it is going to happen one way or another. We will have a massive earthquake, and it will cause either volcanic activity and or tsunamis, right? So we're going to see all three of those, I believe, on a massive scale that has not been witnessed in human history, or at least as far as we know at this point in time. Probably has been witnessed before, many millennia ago, but we don't have the records of it yet. Notice how I say yet, because I think these things are hidden. All right. So, oh yeah, your phone, I've heard it. I think it's over by your desk. It might have fallen down behind it. It's helping out the wifey, the producer. She helps me out, so I got to help her out. So she's looking for fun. All right. So those are the things that I see. Now, a lot of you guys have heard from Cliff High. He is very accomplished. And just like a lot of us, we put the warnings out there early. We predict things. They don't always go as our analytical mind goes, but we are feeling these things coming. So the extreme tension event coming soon, we remote viewed it, but this was last year, this time frame. All right. So now, did they see it early? I think they did, right? Because I have done this before. And so you can't beat yourself up because you don't get things perfect as far as days, years, whatever. They will eventually happen. A lot of these things. So the more recent one, end of days, haven't looked at that one. I don't totally follow his work. Occasionally I tune in something, I feel it, and then I tune into it. So he has a really good information. So July 15th, big event. Now you would say, well, we missed that. Well, we missed that by over a year, right? So same thing. So the remote viewing is great. Future forecasting group, great group. They work with Cliff High quite a bit, and they have been extremely accurate on several occasions. So remote viewing is not something to discount, because once in a while it doesn't actually happen as people see it, right? So you guys have been following my work for a while. You know that I've been crazy accurate with a lot of stuff, and then occasionally some things don't happen. And some of those things that didn't happen, I'm kind of happy that they didn't happen. All right, so you guys have been wondering, and on edge, the wifey, the producer, found her phone. So very good. All right, things are good. Maybe you guys are helped her out. So thank you guys for helping her. it does happen, right? Just like you guys helped rain come. So rain came yesterday, and it was nice. It smelled so good, when after rain, as it rained in a while, and the rain comes, and you get that negative ion smell. Oh, I love that. I love that. You ever go to waterfalls and get the negative ions? Negative ions are really good for you. Right? Really, really good. I had a negative ion generator for a while, so nice to have those around. All right, so we're going to see, like I said, something significant. Now, I've been seeing it, and I see it as very hot. So August is going to be very hot, usually, traditionally, and maybe it's August. So we'll see. Now, I think it's going to be the hottest part of August, which is usually about a midterm. And but it could happen early, maybe around the time frame when they arrest Obama on his birthday, August 4th. I don't know when they're going to arrest him. They'll arrest him when they do. Now, when they arrest him, this one thing for you to consider: the Obama lookalike is the clone. Many of you that follow my work for a while, I've basically proven there's lots of clones out there. And scientific science, it's science, real science. So if you believe, which I think you should at least have the open-mindedness for, there are clones among us, then you should be aware that probably some of those people that are looking like former presidents, right, could be clones, right? Now, let's go down that rabbit hole. Let's say that the Obama clone, they're like, go get him. We're going to take him in. We're going to prosecute him, and then something else. And so they get him, arrest him. He goes before a military tribunal, found guilty. They hang him, and for treason. And so whatever that is, they open it up, and it looks like a human being. Maybe they think it's a human being, because I think clones are pretty much, they're not robotic, but they act like they're just so malfunction. All right, so they do eventually malfunction. The shelf life has, I think, been getting longer and longer over time. They've mastered the cloning. They're not as ridiculous as maybe we saw with Biden's clones or whoever clone you talk about. Hollywood people have clones. Some people have clones because they want that pet. They want that same pet, and there's lots of places out there that give you that same pet that you had. All you got to bring in is the DNA, and they'll make a clone of your former pet. So that's been going on for quite some time. Remember Dolly? And they're like, no, we're just going to turn this off. We're not going to do this anymore. Yeah, right. So that was just a reveal, and it was black and white. Remember Dolly was black and white? It's like that Illuminati thing, the checkerboard square for the Masonic symbolism, all that stuff. So, it's always in our face. You got to just look at these things and figure it out. So now, let's say executed, right? These people, whoever they are, whatever they are, get executed. Now, if the real person happens to be out there somewhere, do you think it's, since they've been tried and executed, do you think it's fair that they should be hunted down if it's something that's been revealed that they're actually somewhere else? Maybe they're being hunted down now, the real one, right? Because we've seen a lot of these Hollywood stars that are like going to UK, and that's not good enough, and now they're moving somewhere else. They moved to California, moved to UK, and now they're moving like the next month to somewhere else. All right, Ellen DeGeneres being one of those. All right, so why is she running? So what is going, and do some of these other people run like that? Have other people been running? All right, so some of you say yes, it should. Now, I put this in X, and someone said they gave another opinion where they said that they believe that it should be the real one gets tried again. I don't see that, but I mean that's an idea, I guess, right? Because it only takes like half a day. It's like they'll just like bring up the same thing. Oh, well, now that we've got the real one, we're just going to go through the same trial process once again, right? Blah 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 blah. Half a day, vote yes, and then hang them, right? So I don't think that it's not a big deal, really, right? And if you find a clone, it's like it's just a clone. But if a clone, this was another thing. Well, if the clone didn't really do anything, why would you hold the clone accountable? Good point. But if the clone did something bad under the name of said person, yes, they should be held accountable. Should be tried for that. So there's lots of. We're going to have to come up with some new laws, clone laws. So it's fun, right? It's just it's exercise for the brain. Exercise for the brain. Right? You have to be creative. You have to be play around with this stuff a little bit, because who knows? Maybe someone like John Brennan will come along and say bad things, and we've executed him, and he comes along and says bad things again. It's like, didn't we just execute you? Like, what the hell? All right, so CIA Director John Brennan proudly acknowledges, this was back in 2016, that he once voted for the communist candidate for president. So does that make him a communist? No, in his opinion, he's not a communist, even though he voted for a communist, he says. He was asked during a discussion at the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation's annual conference. Brennan said, I froze when asked the question about voting for a communist. This was back in 1980. And I thought back to a previous election where I voted. And I voted for the Communist Party candidate. Why? Because you're a communist, maybe? That you believe in communism? And what planet in a constitutional environment do you think that communism is going to work? Ask any Democrat, and they'll tell you why communism will work, right? We have a couple mayors in the United States are running on a communist platform, so it's moving to the forefront again. This happened in Europe, and Europe is dead, right? Brennan was responding to a question about barriers to recruiting diverse candidates for the intelligence agencies, including whether past records of activism could hurt someone applying for clearance later in life. And believe it or not, the CIA, as long as you tell them you've done something wrong, they actually like that. It's like, we can use that against you, right? So that's what happened with him. He basically admitted, and they're like, do you still believe in communism? And he said, probably lied and said no. And they're like, okay, you can be at some point, you can be the head of the CIA, which he was, right? And things were really effed up during the time frame, because that was when we had another communist in political office at the height of the political office, and that was President Obama, right? So we see this stuff. These guys, they get caught, they have to admit it. He's a CIA guy, so he can't lie. but he does lie. CIA, we all lie, but not under the box. So I never lied under the box, but they didn't have any dirt on me. They're like, this guy's useless. We can't use him. Right? So let's get rid of him. And so they did. And let's look at Brennan recently. And I'm going to like break down this boy's. He belongs in front of a good jury of military types. So let's listen to this wicked little pumpkin boy and see what he has to say.
Okay, this is the authoritarian playbook. We've seen this play out so many times, and unfortunately, I think we're seeing it play out. And a number of.
All right. So he was the head of the CIA under Obama. So authoritarian, yeah. So this is what these clown towns do in their misdirection of information and so forth. They'll come in and spew back what they are being charged with at the other side.
Nixon writers have pointed out, Carl Schmitt, who was a German jurist, political philosopher, and writer in the 1930s, his thesis, which Nazi Germany and
now really, you would think that the head of the CIA would be an accomplished speaker, a liar, right? But you can tell. So these are some of the things that you can tell from people. Most CIA analysts, not analysts, but most CIA case officers are trained to a certain extent in this, and if they've been in the field for a long time, they'll pick up on lies. Right. So here's the former head of the CIA lying in front of us.
Was don't worry about doing something that is ethical or principled or good or right. Do whatever you can to win, to vanquish your adversaries, vanquish your enemies. And unfortunately, we have seen that happening overseas. We've seen it in different.
Yes, we saw that happening under your administration. Now he's gonna flip it.
In Hungary, we've seen it with Vladimir Putin. We see it in China, other places. We see it also in terms of, some of the foreign policies that are being implemented, including, in the Middle East right now. So I really am very worried that what we're seeing now in this chapter of American history is a sad deterioration of, I think, the respect for the rule of law and for our system of government. And if a president of the United States is willing to weaponize intelligence, and justice, and law enforcement investigators, and the people who head up these departments and agencies are willing to bow to it, we really are in deep, deep trouble, which was why I think so many people are worried about the direction this country is taking.
Maybe you're worried, right? Only you seem to be the one that's really worried right now. You and some of your former associates, and maybe some of the people at the state.
Very good, Trish. All right, so Trish, former Fox news host, they got rid of her because she was a truther, and they didn't like that. They didn't like that. Now she has her own program doing really well, and basically revealing like the rest of us. Got a great program, broadcast, so forth. So she is the news, like I am the news on social media, and it's working out very, very well against them because they can't lie. Because the mainstream media let them lie. You see how he just lied to us? It was so clear, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Yep, shame on Fox News, absolutely, for letting, not letting, but forcing Trish Reagan to go away, right? So they did that to a lot of people, and then they, Tucker Carlson and so forth. It's frustrating. But we're in a period of truth because a lot of us that were suppressed are now being allowed by the good CIA to come back and share, and we're being covered, right? Remember when I started, when President Trump was in office, I was revealing. So were a lot of other people. And then President Trump went away. And I was like, there's no way he can go away. Because if he goes away, I'm going to go away. Like literally, I thought. I'm surprised I'm still alive, right? But I survived. Here I am. I'm still revealing, and it seems like I'm revealing more than ever before. So it's working out pretty good. I'm liking it. Hope you guys are too. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to reveal and be allowed to reveal, and then have a lot of you in the chat that are agreeing with a lot of this information, and a lot of you that will watch it later by the tune of tens, hundreds of thousands that will watch these, and you have been, and share them and discuss them. Yeah, everything. Of course not. But or with all this, is look at these operations from my point of view, and look at them, and then decipher what's going on, and then have other guests that come on and add their insights, and we get to some really good. I think we get we're ahead of the game in the mainstream media. So mainstream media, as you know, is puppeted with it's a disinformation campaign for the deep state. It has been for decades upon decades, and now that's breaking apart and they're falling. So that's the beautiful thing that we're seeing right now with the truther social community. So Republicans subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell, even though they admit they don't trust her. So who got to her first? The truthers. She was in custody for a long time. Okay, remember who put her in custody? Who took out all these people to begin with? The Don, right? And of course, they're trying to blame him with being involved with Jeffrey Epstein, and that's is just more disinformation. So will she come in and spread more disinformation, saying, of course, Donald Trump was involved. He did such and such. And is it going to be lies like John Brennan, or will it be, will she come in with the truth? Now, the only way I can see her coming in and telling the truth, because the other guys, the Democrats, when she was in jail, they didn't invite her to come out and tell the truth. But now we have Republicans and under Donald Trump saying, yeah, let's have her come out and talk. So who probably made a deal? I think it's probably the White House guys. I think she's going to be, now if she, says something negative, I think that's because they want her to, all right? They want to stir up the last of the truthers, or posing truthers, right, to go against the big Don, so everybody can see, yeah, we've been infiltrated, right? And so they're not really truthers, they're infiltrators, right? No, I think there's a lot more to it than that. If it was to go negative, it would be to everybody focuses on Donald Trump, because that's the way it's been for a long time, hasn't it? And in the meantime, things get done. Things happen. And, take your shots. I'm invincible, right? All right. So I think that's probably what's going to happen. I think we're going to see something eventually positive out of her testimony. And whether it's right from the get-go, because she's made a deal, or because I think she's made a deal, regardless, she's like, why can't I have the deal that Jeffrey Epstein got? He got to go to an island and hang out, right? I'm stuck in this crazy cell. I don't like it. And I don't get all the things that I love in life. And he does. That's bullshit. Right? And maybe that's what they told her. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. You want to go hang out with him again? We can arrange that. You're not going to be able to have, kids, but you can have all the other stuff you like. Yeah, that's probably what will happen. All right. So under fire, Department of Justice forms strike force. I like that. Strike force. It's like Navy SEAL strike force. Let's get that going. To investigate Obama, Navy SEAL to investigate Obama, to find Obama, like we did Osama bin Laden. Yes, under Obama, because I think he was forced to, because we were basically the good guys were really pressing so hard they couldn't hide it anymore. Right? They've been hiding it for a long time, and we started to work around their little gaming and their disinformation. We started to do that, right? So the good guys do win sometimes, but in this case, I think the bad guys came in and laid a message out there, and that was, like I've talked about, Extortion 17, where another group of SEAL Team 6 members were basically shot down in a helicopter and died. So that was a payback for all of those good military people that were involved in taking out the Osama bin Laden, right? That's my thoughts on that, right? So, under fire, investigate Obama amid Epstein scandal. So this is tinged with the mainstream media information. So the truth is there, and then they come in with the lies. U.S. Justice Department has formed a strike force to investigate claims that the Obama administration carried out a treasonous conspiracy by using false intelligence to suggest. There's no suggestion here. It's proven fact. But they're going to spin this. Suggest Russia interfered in the 2016 presidential election to help Donald Trump using false intelligence. So they use that, and that's what Pam Bondi and everybody's saying. And now they're going to spin this. And that's what they're trying to do now. So on Thursday, two Republican senators, Lindsey Graham, John Cornyn, both members of the Judiciary Committee, called on Bondi to appoint a special counsel into what they called an unprecedented and clear abuse of power by Obama's. Unprecedented and clear abuse. So that's going to pick him up, right? Go pick him up. What are you waiting for here? For the good of the country, we urge Attorney General Bondi to appoint a special counsel. Oh, those special counsels, boy, they can last a long time, can't they? Remember the Mueller investigation? Remember how long that took? Like 2 years? They just drug it out. And occasionally they would leak stuff that Trump was all guilty as hell, and then they come back and it's like, but maybe not. It's like, guilty as hell. He's going to burn in hell. And it's like, well, but, a little bit, maybe we're about wrong then, because there's other information we're looking at. So they just drug that shit out. Oh, yeah. So are they going to do the same thing? That's why it needs to go to a military tribunal, because military officers, they don't mess around. Because they have senior enlisted guys like me. It's like, you going to do the right thing, right, sir? It's like, yeah, of course I am. And so we're like, a big team. And they want the boys to be happy. So we make them look good, and they shine, and they get stars, shiny stars. And we're happy because they take care of us. And if they don't take care of us, we don't take care of them. And they don't do so well. All right, that game is played. Of course, if there's bad, senior enlisted guys, then you want to get rid of those guys. Yeah. All right. Chester Bennington. Oh, Chester Bennington. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oof. Yet they definitely executed him. So for the good of the country, they want Attorney General Bondi, right, to go after these guys and appoint a special counsel. All right. So where's this going to go, guys? It's, like I said, military tribunal, half a day. Yep, guilty, hang him, or put him behind bars for the rest of his life. I can't see how they would come to that, but that's up to those guys. Several others named in Gavin's document could be targeted. Include James Clapper, James Comey, John Brennan, of course, like you just heard. That boy's guilty as hell. Oh my God, that boy's a bad boy. Susan Rice, John Kerry, whose son had interest in Ukraine, making money, of course, former Secretary of State, and Loretta Lynch, and then Attorney General. Yes, they executed Bono. Bono did it. Right. So, all right, Bono did it. That's good. I have to look into that. So, during his first presidency, Trump publicly accepted the FBI's as a Bono now a clone. Right. All right. Let's look at his features, because I'm gonna have a guest on tomorrow during this time frame that's going to come in for a short period of time, and it's going to give us some insights on the clones of Obama. Right. So you don't want to miss that. And if you do, tune into it the next day. Right. Wednesday's White House appearance, Gabbard unveiled the declassification of 2020 report. So we all know about that. All right. So things are moving so quick. It's like, we already know that. What else? What else? What else did they come up with? Well, the latest. Let's see. Where is it? Dang it. I hate it when that happens. Anyway, maybe I was looking for it on another thing, and I forgot to save it. All right. So there are like 22. And let me look at it. I think it's 22 former CIA and FBI officers are coming forward and saying, yeah, they lied. They took that information. There was no there, and they took it and made it into a big fat lie. CIA. So anyway, there was a bunch of CIA and FBI guys. I'm not putting the search in correctly, I guess. That came out and said that that's the latest. They're whistleblowers. So they basically took that information where we said there was nothing there, and they blew it up, and whistleblowers. And that would be like, the guys like senior guys, senior intelligence officials, probably case officers. The case officers are the one that gather information, and then the analysts are the ones who take that information, decipher it, and decide what they're going to do with it. Whether we got enough intelligence that Osama bin Laden is living in this house, and we can go in and take him. So in FBI, I don't know what their situation is. I haven't really worked closely with FBI in that regards, but I imagine it's probably the same thing. You get guys in the field, and they bring back intelligence, and you have analysts, and then they decide, okay, get the HRT, the hostage rescue team, to go in and take these guys and whatever. So that seems to be what we're seeing. So we know that with CIA and FBI involvement in the lie from the top levels, James Comey, John Brennan, and they're going to face probably criminal prosecution in whatever capacity that's going to be in. Now, I think we're going to see a new person in the in charge of the White House, not the White House, but the Capitol. What's that judge's name? Jeanine Pirro. Yes, Jeanine Pirro. So she's going to be. It looks like she's going to be nominated for the head of the judicial side there in the Capitol. That's going to be huge. So I've talked about how they're not going to get a fair trial if it happens in the Capitol. That's part of moving in the right direction, but they're not going to get, I believe, a jury, because I've seen the juries in Washington, D.C., and they're all extreme. Everybody in D.C. is extreme liberal. Right? You may have one or two people posing as conservatives, but they're lying. Right? Everybody else is liberal, and I've seen it. It's pathetically disgusting, right? We saw it with the J6 trials. They basically convicted all of them, right? 1,000 plus. It's pathetic. I saw it in person. What you would look at and go, these are good people. There's no way they're going to convict this person. And they did. Like, wow. And one of them was a Catholic priest. I was like, wow, okay, there goes my faith in the Catholic Church a little bit more. Right? So, and that's the way it is, guys. All right. So we're not going to see justice in Washington, D.C., although Judge Jeanine Pirro could have probably, if she gets elected in that position in the judicial side there, could have a massive influence. We'll start to change the corruption that's there, the extreme politicization of the judicial system there. It should not be politicized. It should be scales of blind justice, right? I say take those blindfolds off because the Democrats have been manipulating that, right? So she doesn't see what's going on, and they've been like stacking both sides, and there's no scale, right? They have just complete, desecration of the system, and she can't see it. All right, so take those blindfolds off the justice, because it's supposed to mean that we're not going to prejudge, right? But you have to see for your own eyes if there's corruption going on, right? And that's not been happening. And so I really love Jeanine Pirro. I think she's going to. She's a record. She's going to light some. We'll see. Now, another thing, like Trump's and his chiefs tried in the history of the election. Now, said there was meddling. Little Marco, maybe back then. I don't know, Marco. Little Marco, that's what happened. You're pretty good. I thought you were going to be good. I thought you changed, and I believe you have. But that's pretty shady, right? So you have to ask yourself, these political types, they can play along, or they can be ousted. They can play along until things change, like they have, right? So you look at some of these senators, like Lindsey Graham. He just blows wherever he gets blown, right? He blows in whatever direction he gets blown, and that's pathetic to me, but that is what it is. I remember when before Trump came in, he was with his bud, No Name McCain, and they were like all fiery against Trump. And then Trump got in office, and he's Graham, after No Name passed away. Graham is like, yeah, Trump, I love Trump. Yeah, he's good. I support everything he says. And then when the Democrats came in, he's like high-fiving all of them. I was like, you shifty little shifty guy. All right. You blow wherever you're blown. And now he's back at it. He's back on the Trump team again. So blow him where you want. Wherever the political winds blow, that's where Lindsey's going. And evidently Marco Rubio too. So that's now he's playing the game. He's doing a good job. Now, what I like is someone like Tulsi Gabbard, who basically jumped from the Democrat ship machine early, seeing that it was a waste. It was sinking ship. Same thing with Trump. He saw it way ahead of time because he used to be a Democrat, and he jumped off that ship way early. And then Tulsi Gabbard did. Now, we haven't seen really any other standout Democrats do that. So they're all on sinking ships, in my opinion, and that's good riddance to them. They can live at the bottom of the sea with Davy Jones down in his locker room. All right, so swim the fishes, right? Swim in the fishes. The National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard and CIA Director John Ratcliffe Half-sided declassification. So John Ratcliffe's in the game, CIA. So now we got a trinity. We have the Big Don, Swim of the Fish, Democrats, and then we have Tulsi Gabbard, right? And we have the feminine and the masculine, John Ratcliffe, right? So that I think that's beautiful, and that's the way it should be. Have cited declassified emails to allege in social media posts and television appearances that Obama administration officials manipulated intelligence and conspired to undermine the legitimacy of Trump's electoral victory in 2016. Of course, we're going to see Puppet Boy Brennan, like we just saw, come out and refute that and lie in front of us like they always do, because he's CIA. Now, I'm CIA, but I didn't lie, right? Unless I had to lie to like go overseas and be overseas. But otherwise, I'm not a liar, right? The only time that I lie is because I'm protecting something that's, if you don't lie, then it gets compromised, right? So, every man knows how to tell a lie. Does this dress look good? Yes, looks fantastic. Good or not, right? Do I look slim? Right, so, and we know you women do. You know, I can hear it. I can feel it. Ooh, back off. Okay, it's just games. It's fun. All right, so Monday, Fox News reported that Gabbard's office made a criminal referral. And what goes on now? Tick tock, tick tock. I'm a little cuckoo clock. And that's the way these people are. It's just cuckoo time. It's like, come on. Well. But, sometimes these things have to play out. And I understand that. So I'm very patient to a certain extent. Although I will bitch if I have a better option. And I was taught that. So in my early days in the Navy, I used to bitch about everything like everybody else did. And then I had a senior enlisted guy goes, Jaco, I don't want to hear you bitching again unless you got an alternative. I was like, well, when I bitch next time, I'll have something. And that actually kind of worked out pretty good because things started getting done. So Hulk Hogan, very sadly, has died at 71. So there's lots of people that are discussing, what happened here. Was he vaccinated? Because looks like he had some heart problems. Somebody was saying that they'd seen him shortly before that. He did have a cane, but he was in good spirits. He was looking good, looked healthy. I mean, at the Republican convention, he looked like the old stud that he used to be, right? He made wrestling popular, He's a great guy. Yeah, Travis, that's a good question. Are you sure he's dead? I have not seen his body. And I don't know. And why did I hit that one? Because it's moving so fast in the chat. All right. Travis says, bald and badass. Are you sure he is dead? That's kind of like me. But that's a good question. Did he find out that they were going to kill him, the baddies? And so they're like, you're going to have to go over here with John and Princess D, right? And Elvis. Although Elvis is already out there. He's like, he already just came out. It's like, they don't care about me anymore. I'm just going to start playing again, right? I'm going to be a preacher. And things have changed. Maybe we'll see Michael Jackson come back out again, start playing. And could be a lot of that. What if John, will he be the next president? He shows up, a couple years before the next electoral cycle in what 26, I guess. No, 28. And he comes in at 26 around that time frame. He's like, here I am, because you guys have made it safe. I can go back out again. And the mafia and the CIA, they never wanted a Kennedy ever again to be in office, and they didn't want the one that was there before in office. But we're going to change that, right? So that'd be great. We'll see. We'll see, said the blind man, blind justice woman. Top epidemiologist sounds alarm. mRNA vaccination is chemical lobotomy, right? So for a very long time, this has been hidden. A lot of people didn't understand that there is an alternative to dying from the shot. The more information that we can get out there to those that have been vaccinated and are dying or are vaccine injured. There's so many people on X that have been vaccine injured. I've followed some of them very sadly and watched them waste away. I think there's many alternatives out there. One of the best that I believe exists is the LifeWave patch, it's X39. David Schmidt and I discussed that, and they did studies on that, and it seemed to have a very good effect. So we'll see. We'll see. People really start to step up. In the meantime, like I've been discussing, the numbers that are dying are pretty significant, right? And they're going to continue to accelerate in numbers. And a lot of people predicted this when the vaccination started. They said it will be like 3 years out, and then you'll start to see the death tolls really start to go up. There'll be initial death toll, and then as the immune system becomes more and more compromised over time, people are going to start to go. Right? That's what we're starting to see. So, lobotomy, huh? So, a leading American epidemiologist has warned the public that COVID mRNA vaccines are a chemical lobotomy that cause severe brain damage and devastate mental health. And I don't know, maybe that's how a lot of these people in some of these big cities have this crazed orange man bad thing, right? Trump derangement syndrome. Maybe because they've been devastated by that COVID mRNA vaccine. So he goes on to say that Holcher has been one of the leading voices in raising alarms about the dangers of mRNA vaccination. During a new interview with Dr. Drew, Holcher warned that a major study had confirmed that mRNA injections have caused multiple neurological disorders to surge. He explains that spike protein from the COVID shots is entering the brain and causing inflammation. We also have a patch that's called the EON patch that helps a lot of people that have inflammation in the brain or other causes going on the brain. Neuron, it helps the neuron cruise, move smoother, right? So reveal that cognitive impairment has skyrocketed by a staggering 140% among those who receive mRNA jabs. Now, what about those that are just kind of around those people? The shedding thing, guys. Shedding thing, I think, is just, and we've talked about that too. There are a lot of doctors, very informed doctors, that said that shedding in the future would be one of the major causes of death, not so much the mRNA vaccine that people got, but the people shedding on other people that have never gotten the vaccination. So, and maybe even people that have gotten a vaccination, because if you're already compromised and you get more shedding on you, I would imagine that's probably going to cause even more problems. Right? All right, so if you guys haven't seen it before, there's this thing called usdebtclock.org. I like to check in on it occasionally, see what kind of new window they have up. And they have up one that's called A Den of Thieves. And it's very insightful. It has a picture of Jesus. Truth and justice is at hand. Right? So remember, the only time that Jesus got angry was when he went into the temple and overturn the money changers' tables. And Jesus went into the temple of God and cast out all of them that sold and bought in the temple and overthrew the tables of the money changers. Second temple in Jerusalem. Money changers. Interesting. The only time Jesus showed any kind of aggression or physical display of anger in his entire ministry. Has the Lord withdrew his disdain for cheating people out of their money through trickery? No. Today, we're witnessing a money-changing crime of monumental proportions. Every day, our labor and life energy is being stolen from us by a system that was designed to transfer the wealth of all working people to a small elite class of money overlords, whose only desire is power and control, with nothing to offer but misery and bondage. All right, before we leave, I want you to look at dollar-silver ratio compared with 1913 when the Federal Reserve came in and started stealing our money. Back then, the dollar-silver ratio was 270 per ounce, but if you take the dollar-silver ratio today, because the dollar, if you look at it, where is it? Dollar lost in value, 1913 to now, 96.23%. That's the loss. So if you'd held a dollar back then, and you had, an ounce of silver or an ounce of gold, imagine what that ounce of gold would be worth now. All right. So right now, I think gold is like, 4,300 or 3,400 something, whatever it is. And silver, because I'm not so concerned about gold because I know silver is the one that's going to like blow up. Silver, like I said in the beginning of the show, it's almost at 40, probably 40 tomorrow, even higher. Next week, higher again. And then, it's just going to go past $50, its all-time high, and just keep going. So if you looked at the same silver rate, the dollar ratio to now, silver would be worth $1,148, and gold would be worth $9,099. So that's just the math of, inflation rate compared to, that gold and silver today. So will it happen? I believe it will. I believe we will see just a massive pump in silver to ridiculous levels, and well beyond $100 an ounce, maybe even well beyond $400 an ounce. Some people have said, like right there, $1,148 an ounce or more. So we'll see. We'll see what happens if we have these crazy events that we're talking about. The takedown of deep state, like we're seeing, is starting to transpire. We'll see silver and gold go to the heights that they should be, and that this fiat currency eventually will go away, and then a new type of currency, probably digital, that will be backed by gold and silver, will take its place. And anyone that wants to create a coin, it has to be backed by gold 1-to-1. So of course, if the dollar, which is not going to happen because it's made by the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve goes away soon, and the IRS, if those two institutions are gone, we don't want their dollar. They created that. That thing is wicked. It's evil. It needs to go with them, right? Bye-bye. And so something else will be created. Now, you still will be able to use silver and gold. And then eventually you'll have a stable coin that's tied to gold 1-to-1 or silver 1-to-1. And when you use that, it will be, of that value. It's going to be amazing because there won't be any money changing, cheating stuff going on. And the money changers all go bye-bye. So that's what President Trump is implementing right now with the new system, the act, the Genius Act. It's genius. It's amazing. It's genius. It's the best it's ever been. And if you get involved with it, you're going to be the best you've ever been. We love her, Donald Trump. So And you used to be okay with what you used to use, but you're not. You're going to be the best when you use the Genius Act and crypto that's tied to 1-to-1. All right, stable coins. All right, guys. Lots of love. Stay in the love vibration, and we'll see you guys next time.